Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Turishme. Am I saying your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Matt Borgula. I represent Christopher Schur. You testified on direct that you had a relationship with Patrick Lyoya,
Yeah. Yes.
right? Okay. I think you said he's a friend, like a brother,
Yes.
so you've known him a long time.
I know him for a while.
But you don't know his last name, did you?
Now I do, but before I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the time of this incident, you didn't know Patrick Lyoya's last name?
No, I did not.
Okay. And you referred to him by a nickname, right?
Yes.
What was that nickname?
I think called him Pimp.
Pimp?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you indicated that you spoke English to each other,
Yes.
and that's because any African languages you might use, it was easier to communicate in English than those languages. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And you had no trouble understanding Patrick Lyoya when he spoke English to you,
No.
and he had no trouble understanding English when you spoke to him.
Yeah, we communicate.
Okay, that's how you communicate, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to talk about the night before the incident. You were at your apartment, correct?
Hmm?
Yes?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
That, because we're recording everything, if you say mm-hmm or uh-huh, it's hard for the court reporter later to
Yeah, I'm
tell if
sorry.
it's, yeah,
I
so
didn't hear you. Sorry.
that's okay. If you could use yes or no, or even yeah or no, just something so we know whether you're agreeing or disagreeing with what I'm saying, okay?
No problem.
Okay. So you were at your apartment the night before?
Not my apartment. I was at a friend's apartment.
Okay, so did you live with David Bakuru?
Yeah, I have lived with David Kuro. Yes.
Okay, were you living with David Bakuru at the time?
No.
Where were you living at the time?
I had a roommate. Different roommate.
Okay, and where were you living at the time?
And East Bayline. His apartment is East Bayline.
Okay. So on, this is Sunday, you went over to David Bakuru's apartment?
Yes.
When did you
We
get there?
spent the night. We there for I think we was there for over the week because all day. I think I was just there all day, Saturday too.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Hmm.
So you went to David Bakuru's apartment on Saturday?
I think Saturday, like late night, but I don't remember.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can help you here. The incident took place on Monday morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know that?
Yes.
All right, so the day before that would be Sunday, right?
Yes.
And the day before that would be Saturday.
Yes.
Is it your testimony that you were at David Bakuru's house on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't remember if I was there all day. Don't remember.
Okay, was Patrick Lyoya there
I
on
know-
Saturday?
Because I know he was with me too. I don't know if he came find us over there. I don't remember exactly if he came later on Saturday, come find us over there. If I was with him, just been a while.
Okay, I understand, it's been a few years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you may or may not have seen Patrick Lyoya on Saturday?
Yes,
Okay, and then you for sure saw him on Sunday?
Sunday was together.
And you saw him at David Bakuru's house on Sunday?
Yes,
All right. When did you go to David Bakuru's house on Sunday? What time of day?
I was Saturday. Like I said, Saturday I think I may come late, but I remember I was there all day Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
So I don't remember exactly the time.
All right, so I want to focus your attention on Sunday, the day before the incident.
Okay.
At some point, you're at David Bakuru's house, right?
Yes.
And you don't live there.
No.
Okay. What were you guys doing on Sunday at David Bakuru's house?
Well, we was listening to like some African music, just hanging out, really.
And who was there?
Um, it was some other guys from the town. Think Di Maria, Matendo, Ben, also Patrick.
Okay, and I'm going to have to ask you to speak up a little bit too. You have a soft voice, so do I, actually. So
Sorry.
I always try to find the microphone. So you don't have to yell, just to get as close to the microphone as you can.
Okay.
Okay. So you said Di Maria was there?
Yes.
Is that a first name or a last name?
First time.
And who else?
David, Patrick, Ben also. That's the people I remembering. And Matendo also.
So Di Maria, David, Patrick, and who?
Matendo.
Matendo?
Yeah.
And anybody else?
That's what I'm remembering so far.
Okay. And you guys were hanging out?
Yes, hanging out.
And you were drinking?
Also, there was some drinks there.
You were drinking, was Patrick Lyoya drinking?
Yes, yes, it was.
Do you recall what he was drinking?
Huh?
Do you recall what he was drinking?
Don't remember, but I know you like Budweiser. So,
And you guys were drinking all day?
yes, we were just there hanging out. It's not like drink back to back, but just hanging out, listen to music.
Did you go to sleep that night on Sunday?
No, I didn't. I was up.
You pulled an all-nighter.
Yes.
And Patrick went to sleep at some point?
Yes.
Okay, so he had been drinking, he decided he wanted to go to sleep.
I don't know. He just was just laying down in the couch. He was probably getting some rest.
Okay, so is the couch in the main room where everybody's
Yes,
hanging
in
out?
the living room. Yes.
And he's got all his clothes on?
Yes.
Is it fair to say he was passed out?
No, he was not passed out. He was good. He was not passed out.
You guys were talking and having a good time, right?
Yes.
He's on the couch with all his clothes on,
Yes.
and he'd be drinking.
Yes.
So you stayed up all night until the early morning of Monday, April 4th. Is it fair to say you were drunk?
Yeah. I was bad.
I'm sorry?
I was a little bit bad. I was not too drunk.
That's kind of like being a little bit pregnant. You're not too drunk,
Yeah.
you're kind of drunk.
Because, I walked to the car. I'll still be able to move around.
Okay. So you decide to go somewhere on Monday morning,
Yes.
and you're going with Patrick Lyoya, right?
Yes.
Where are you going?
We was about to, one of our friends, he had to take his daughter to school. So we wake Patrick up so he can be able to drop him to his house so he can take his daughter to school.
Okay, so everybody's drinking in this apartment, right?
I don't know if everybody, because I was looking who's drinking or not. I know I was, but I don't know if everybody was.
All right, and so you decide that you need to take someone for a ride,
Mm-hmm.
and so Patrick Lyoya gets behind the wheel of the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I know it's
I'm not
normal
used to-
conversation to
I'm
say,
not used-
but for the record, you have to say yes or no, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So why are you going with Patrick Lyoya to drop someone else off so he can take his child to school?
Looked like he got some rest. They would just ask him a ride at the moment. I didn't have a car. Also, the other guy didn't have his car with him.
Okay, and why are you going?
Huh? Just going. I don't remember exactly.
Okay. And so who was the friend that you had to drop off so he could take his child to school?
His name was Di Maria.
Di Maria?
Yes.
And had he been up all night drinking too?
Don't remember.
Okay. And he was gonna take his kid to school?
Yeah, he said he had to take his daughter daycare or school. I don't remember something like that.
Okay. All right, so it's about 8 in the morning, does that sound about right?
Yes.
All right, and you, I think you testified, when the prosecutor was asking you questions, that you went and saw Patrick Lyoya's apartment?
Yes.
Okay, is that where he lived?
Yeah, because he told me he just moved there. He was trying to start a business, cutting hair. He likes to cut hair.
But this was a residential place where he would live, right?
I don't
Was he gonna
understand.
cut hair out of this place, or was he gonna live
so
there?
it was like a duplex. Actually, it's right around the corner where the accident happened. So it was like a duplex. It's a place upstairs and then in the basement. You can store people walking on the street
Okay, and was he gonna work as a
Yes.
hair cutter out of the basement?
Yeah, he said he wanna start a business cutting his own hair. He's cutting people hair.
All right, so you're driving around, you see Patrick Lyoya's place, and then you decide to drive some more, and then you decided you're gonna go get something more to drink
Yeah, we'll grab some beer.
at 8 a.m. on Monday.
Yes, I don't remember exactly the time was.
You grabbed some Budweiser,
Yes.
and Patrick Lyoya got behind the wheel of a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. And he's driving around drunk, right?
I don't know if he was drunk, because I know he did get some rest when we was at home. So we thought actually he was good to drive because he got some rest. He slept.
Does he even have a driver's license?
He should. He drives.
He should, right? But do you know if he actually has one?
But I never asked.
Okay. And after a night of drinking, because he was passed out on the couch, you thought it was okay for him to drive. Is that right?
He
Is
was-
that fair?
I don't think he was passed out. Just because it was a lot of people, he just want to get some rest. Passed out, I don't think passed out.
Okay, so you're driving around, and I think you said, Patrick Lyoya says there's something wrong with his car,
Yes.
and then he starts making right turns, right?
No, so because his car was, even when we left the place, his car was making a lot of noise. We went to drop my friend up, it was not making a lot of noise, and the car started making a lot of noises. Whatever the air comes in, and I don't,
All right, so wherever the air comes in, it was making noise.
yeah, the car was making noise. So
Okay.
it started making really noise, and then he said, okay, let me go check this out. Let's see what's going on with the car.
All right, and did he take any turns?
He went to, yes. So he was driving, and then I remember he turned it like right. He said turn it right to go check out the car.
And then he took another right?
It was one right, because we was on the main road, and then he take it right.
And then he took another right?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yes.
You knew there were police behind you, didn't you?
No idea. I was on the phone. I didn't even hear the lights that goes the pro.
All right, I think you said there was noise out of the back, and then Mr. Lyoya said to you, I'm gonna go check the noise?
I'm gonna go check that's why I put off at the road, the main road where we was on. That's
Okay.
why, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm on the phone. Yes.
So he was gonna go check that noise?
Yeah, what's going on with the car?
All right. Is Mr. Lyoya a mechanic?
I never seen him fix
Okay.
cars.
All right, so there's a noise, you want to listen to the noise. He jumps out of the car, or quickly gets out of the car, is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And before he did so, he turned the car off, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. And if it's a noise, you would think he would want to keep the car on, right?
What's the question again?
Did you see Mr. Lyoya turn the car off?
No, I don't remember.
You
Because
don't
I know he
remember?
just put it in the parking, then go check the car. So I remember. Excuse me.
Well, if he's gonna go check the car and the noise is in the back,
Mm-hmm.
did you notice he went to the front of the car?
No, I saw him get it now. I didn't notice. I just saw him behind it. Let's see.
Did Patrick Lyoya say anything like the car is broken down?
No.
Did he complain about the noise?
Yes, the noise because it was started getting worse.
Okay, and then when did you notice that there was a police car with his lights on behind you?
So once Patrick got out, I heard him and the officer having some words. That's when I knew. I think, if I remember, I think also the police officer. He came. I think I don't know if he was there in the car also talking to him. So I don't remember that one. Don't misquote it, but I don't remember. But when I exactly remember him when he got the car and then I saw him, they started having words back and forth.
So you're saying it's a coincidence that at the moment Patrick Lyoya got out of his car
Okay.
to check the noise, there happened to be a police officer pulling him over?
Yes.
So after you saw that there was a police officer and he was talking to Patrick Lyoya, did Patrick Lyoya open the door to the car?
Yeah, because, yes.
Okay. Did he ask you for his ID?
I remember he saying check something in my car, so.
He asked you to open the glove box and look for his,
I think so. But I don't remember exactly, but I think check my ID, go check direct deposit for the ID.
okay, and there was no ID in there, right?
It was like I don't remember, cause I don't remember giving him ID. I didn't see it.
Well, you guys had bought beer earlier in the morning, right?
Yes. Yes.
Did you get carded? You know what I mean by that? Did anybody ask you for your ID when you bought the beer?
Yes. I think
Okay.
I had my ID.
Okay, and so you bought the beer?
Yeah, for that. I don't know who paid for it, but I had my ID. I probably ended up paying it, the bills.
Okay. And do you keep your ID in your wallet?
Was it my, yes.
Okay, and Patrick Lyoya had his wallet in his pants, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
But he's asking you to look for his driver's license in the glove box.
He asked me to look for, so
And you did not find one?
I don't remember finding one.
Were there any IDs in the car of which you were aware?
Did I see ID? I don't remember. I don't recall it.
All right, so you said that you started filming because things were looking bad. And certainly this did look bad, right? Patrick had been drinking and driving. You knew that.
Like I said, he was sleeping, so we thought he got some rest. He was be able to go to drive. So I was not in him for me to know if he was drunk. It
Okay.
seemed like he was driving fine, by the way.
Did you guys have open beer in the car?
Yes.
Did you think that was okay?
No, that was not okay.
Okay, because you can't drive around with open beer in the car.
Hmm.
You're pretty drunk at this point, right?
I'm sorry?
You're pretty drunk at this point, right?
Like I said, I was told, I don't know what you consider drunk. Like, what, drunk, not remember anything happened? Or what kind of drunk you consider?
Well, there's blackout drunk, right?
Yes.
You weren't blackout drunk, where you
Mhm.
can't remember anything, right?
Hmm.
And there's drunk, where your ability to perceive what's going on is affected by the alcohol in your system. Do you think you were drunk?
I was still active. I was not too.
Okay, so you get out of the car about after Officer Schur, the officer, police officer, follows him around the back of the car, right?
Yeah, they was going back and forth.
Okay, before he followed him, did you see Patrick Lyoya shove Officer Schur?
They both was kind of aggressive with each other.
And before, did you see Patrick shove Officer Schur?
No, I don't quite. No,
You don't remember Patrick shoving Officer Schur,
no,
but you remember Officer Schur shoving him,
no. It was two people going back and forth.
like fighting?
It looked like.
And then, did you see Patrick Lyoya run around the back of the car?
Don't remember that one, because I know they went to the back. So if it was running, but I don't remember, because I was still in the car still.
Okay, but at that point, did you put your phone down? I know you were playing on your phone, right?
Yes,
Once you noticed the commotion, did you start watching?
I kind of did. Yes,
And at some point, you saw Officer Schur tackle Patrick Lyoya, right?
it's not so. It was two people. So I didn't see if he attack. I saw them aggressive with each other. That's why I decided I'm like, okay, something's going on. Let me take my phone and start recording.
Okay, all right. Did you see with your eyes Officer Schur tackle Patrick Lyoya on the grass?
When I saw it, he was on top of Patrick.
Okay.
But don't remember him like attack. But all I saw, he was on top of Patrick.
Okay, so there was a lot of back and forth, as you say,
Yes,
and that it was on the neighbors on the lawn, right?
yes,
Okay. And you saw, you got out of the car, right?
yes.
And you saw a neighbor come out?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember seeing anybody else coming.
Okay, on your video, Mr. McFarland, can you pull up stipulated exhibit, Your Honor?
Do we?
Steve, but just focus on the cell phone video. Yes, this is B. And if you could focus on just the cell phone video that Mr. Turishme took.
What mark or what minute is
This is,
for reference?
Your Honor, we have, there's two ways we can do this. There's a time notation, as you see in green numerals, or the RFN number. And you're gonna hear more about the RFN number later, but they break down by, within the second, the actual frame.
Okay,
So this is RFN 155 for the record.
great, thank you.
Oh,
4
4. Screw that up, right?
4 comma 155.
Oh, and this is Defense Exhibit A, apparently.
And that reflects the point in time. Right?
It does. And the time is right above it as well.
But I just wanted to make it clear for the record.
No, I appreciate it.
What part you fast forwarded to. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Mr. Turishme, what's on the screen is your cell phone video. You see that?
Yes,
Okay. So this is from your vantage point.
yes,
All right, so you see the guy in the white T-shirt there?
yes.
And I know you can see him now because it's a video, but at the time, you don't even remember that person being there?
No, I didn't, because it was happening real fast. And I took out the phone, so I wasn't paying attention to.
You didn't hear him talking to you?
Don't remember, but I think I heard some words, but don't remember the current.
Okay, and if we could go and have ready to go RFN 4956. All right, so Mr. Turishme, so this altercation occurs between Patrick Lyoya and Officer Scher, right? You're now filming it. Patrick Lyoya starts trying to communicate with you, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he's doing it in English, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're actually giving some kind of play-by-play on the video, right? You're
What does that
talking to
mean?
yourself?
I was talking just looking at, because I had the phone, sometimes my, just put it down, not down, like, but I was talking what I keep seeing.
Okay. And, since you brought it up, you put the phone down.
No, not the down, like, when you have camera and then you sideways, yeah.
So there's some part of your film that we're looking at the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you do that? Do you recall?
No, I don't know.
Okay. All right, and so you heard Patrick Lyoya yell at you, "Get the keys." And if we could play 4956. You might need to back that up. Do you hear Patrick Lyoya yelling at you to get the keys?
Yeah, I just.
And he's looking at you, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, and I think you testified on direct, you don't know why he's yelling at you to get the keys.
Mm-mm. No,
He wasn't asking you to start the car?
no,
All right. And he does it 2 more times, right?
I don't remember.
You don't
'cause I
remember.
just found that, yeah.
Now, you heard the officer at the time was trying to arrest Patrick, right?
Trying to arrest.
He kept saying, "Stop resisting,"
Okay.
right? Do you remember that?
Well, like I said, there was things going on between 2 officers, Patrick and the officer. Really, I just took out the phone, start recording.
Mhm.
So, no,
Okay. You saw the officer trying to get Patrick under arrest, right?
yes,
Okay, and you knew Patrick Lyoya had been drinking and driving, right?
he was sleep. You keep asking me. You keep asking me the same thing, different angles about. For me, Patrick got some rest, but you say he was passed out. He got some rest, and then we say, Patrick, maybe it was good to drive. So
Okay.
I don't know if it was.
Did you give him a breathalyzer?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I don't know why.
And you let your other friend go drive his kid to school, right?
No, he didn't. I don't know if he drove the kid to school because we dropped him off. So, but you keep asking me different.
Well, because you're telling the officer to,
Objecting
Tell
arguing
you.
with the witness now, Your Honor.
I'd like to ask a question, Your Honor.
I can just ask a question.
You are telling the officer to stop grabbing him like that, right?
Yeah, I heard in the video. Just heard, yes.
So you're telling the officer not to arrest him.
I'm not telling no officer what to do.
So now at the time, and I'm not talking about what you saw in the video, you saw Patrick Lyoya grab the taser, right?
I saw also in the video.
You saw him on the video do that? Okay. And you heard the officer tell him to drop the taser, right?
I heard, yes.
And now, after Mr. Lyoya is shot, other police officers show up, right?
Yes.
Okay, and they you're still there, you're outside the car, right?
Yes.
And they tell you to put your hands on your head, right?
Yes.
And you did.
Yes.
And they tell you to back up, right?
Yes.
And you did.
Yes.
Okay, because you know that in that situation, you have to comply with the commands of the police officers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why are you telling Officer Schur to let Patrick Lyoya go when he's telling him to stop resisting?
So exactly what you were asking. I'm not. I was just speaking as I saw the video, and then I'm not in a position to tell the officer what to do.
Okay, but you were, right?
I was. I feel like I wasn't.
Stop grabbing him that way?
Huh? Sorry.
You were telling the officer to stop grabbing him that way.
I saw them. They was fighting, but not fighting, going back and forth.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Nothing further, Your Honor.